All right. Hello and welcome to, I believe this is session 39? Yes. Numbers thin, one way or another. As we normally do before we get into tonight's game, go around, check in with each of our players, see how their few weeks were, since our last game was roughly 3 weeks ago, and see if anything fun has happened since then. Lusk, since we were hanging out last night, did you have an interesting day? Good nap?
Yeah, great now. I'm here and I'm ready to suffer the consequences.
Indeed. Indeed. Togo already suffering some of those consequences. Valencia, how was
Know what you're talking
how's your weekend?
about.
Mostly just cleaning my room and getting ready to move to another room in the house. And
The
that's
closet.
basically it. Yeah, there's more room in there.
Emptied out the stairwell closet for you.
Exactly.
Fortunately,
Darker.
Modar still unable to join us due to a new work schedule. But Togo, how about you, buddy?
It has been a busy number of weeks. I had my girlfriend's birthday that we went out and had a nice dinner, and we went to the symphony and all sorts of fun things. Went to a wedding. That was fun. It was a wedding on a Sunday at 5 p.m. Who does that? Working a lot. Uh, yeah.
Oh, what symphony
Dogs
was it?
keeping us. Tchaikovsky's Fifth at the Kennedy Center.
Nice.
It sounds like you've had a lot of fun past few weeks.
It's been a busy couple weeks.
Yeah, but that's never, or I guess not always a bad thing.
It's been a good busy.
Good.
I'll say that for the most part, yeah.
Zanashi, how was your few weeks?
Just been busy, man. I also went to a wedding that started kind of on the late side, like 6 o'clock on a fucking Saturday. And that's just, how it is in Florida. It's like, man, who would do that shit when it's hot? My cousin did it, by the way. But, I mean, I'm just busy. I mean, I haven't had any bad stuff going on or anything. Still alive, so been waiting to play this thing out here, see what happens.
Yes, I've been thinking about this a lot ever since the situation came up. Been kind of curious on maybe a plan that each of you have come up with, or perhaps some
Uh,
other form of how to duplicate your character so you can maybe even out the numbers a little bit. I don't know.
my plan was hoping that Modar would come in and take responsibility for his fireball and come up with an actual plan.
No, maybe.
I have a plan for myself that might be good, but let's see how it rolls.
Yes, it'll be interesting nonetheless. Um, but does anyone want to attempt giving a recap of our last session? And there's not really much to go over until the end, I guess, but some good bits of information learned.
There was a fan, and we threw shit at it, and it went everywhere. And we're standing there post shit thrown at fan, seconds after, with it splattered all over us, blinking, going, "Oh God."
I I think
I'll give that minimal experience. It pretty much sums it up, though.
uh,
Sorry, go ahead,
not
Lusk.
far. So the three of us, Alencia, Lusk, and Togo, were attempting to sneak in while the fight with Zanashi was simultaneously going on. The duel. Zanashi's duel ended, I think, with both of them in single digits, and unfortunately, Zanashi could not close the bill. Meanwhile, the three of us were sneaking in, and Togo, who had used disguise self to appear as a child, was caught because orc who had the orc who he had spoken to picked him up and upon discovering an illusion, decided to imprison Togo.
Was not one
I,
of my brighter moments. Also, I think
uh,
Modar was sneaking in with us as well.
Yes, Modar and Alencia were both invisible and had little difficulty getting through. I, who also had disguise self, managed to land a deception check, appearing as an orc, and preventing the orc from touching me to check if I was an illusion or not. Just skirted forward. Um, Alencia stepped forward to heal Zanashi at a critical moment, resurrecting her for a brief moment before the chieftain would execute Zanashi. They had a tearful moment together and said, "All right, Zanashi, we're going to let you die." And I was not included in this conversation. I and when the chieftain received the axe and turned his back to me, I pulled a shadow blade, diving over his guards, and slashed into the chieftain, reducing him to the ground. And right now we are in the spare moments after that slash. Thankfully, Zanashi's axe not far away, and Modar invisible somewhere. But we are in the spare moments past that, and who knows what will happen.
Also, a fireball's been thrown.
I don't
What-
think a fireball was thrown. Was there?
How many fireballs did he use in y'all's skirmish before y'all met up with me here? Was it a two?
One.
One.
Just
One.
one?
He
I-
used message after we leveled to get the ship to come back to us, though. So he only has, I think,
One.
2 third-level spells and or 2 third-level spells left.
I'm showing on his sheet
Maybe I
that
think
he
he's got
used.
one.
Yeah, he used 2 third-level slots. So I'm trying to figure out what other spell he would have used.
Message and
Message.
fireball. Message and
But-
fireball.
But message is not a third-level spell.
Maybe he cast it at third level. I don't know.
No, that
Message
wouldn't
is a
happen.
cantrip.
Sending?
He cast invisibility at third
Sending.
level too. and-
Yeah, sending. That's what it was.
It was sending, not message. Sorry, I was confusing him.
okay.
Sending.
He did us, or like the long distance message.
You can contact anybody on the same plane of existence.
Yes, he
Yeah.
did that. To
I
get the
haven't
ship to
used
come
any
pick
of
us up off
Modar's
the island.
spells, so whatever he's marked down is what he's used.
Okay, well, he's used 2 first-level spells. No second-level spells. 2 third and no fourth.
All right, so still a third and a fourth left. At any rate, he has not cast a fireball in this encampment yet, although it seems likely that that's what will be happening shortly as we enter battle.
I thought that's what the DM said. That
No, Modar
Because-
said that he wanted to light up the entire place if that's what needed to happen. But I wanted to try to give him time, so he had appeared with flames in his hand, since that was his initial plan. And then after he watched the VOD, his only hope was that he gets to play, because if not, he hoped Modar stayed invisible.
it was so he contradicted himself.
Yeah, from what he
Okay.
wanted to happen.
Well, thank God. Unless they wouldn't have to kick his ass.
I don't think anyone's going to have to worry about kicking anyone's ass here. There's going to be a lot of ass kicking going on.
There will be a plethora of asses posteriors of which to kick.
Except for Togo's while he's locked up in jail.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have a perfectly good guard right in front of me with keys who probably doesn't have that many hit points. And a sleep spell burning a hole in my pocket.
So the old chieftain here is dead, right?
Well, he's been taken down, yeah.
That's what I thought.
What?
Do you think that was sufficient, Kyle? Is there anything else? Anything else we're missing?
Nah, I think that was pretty good. It's almost exactly what I had. The only other thing that I had was that Togo found his friend in the prison, placed in the cage along with him.
Mm-hmm.
Which then you proudly said when she touches my back, she feels my loot because the disguise does that. And I said, you realize why you're in jail now, don't you? And then you went, oh. It was good times.
Yeah, I had my headset die, the dog here. Not my finest moments, I'll admit. Totally bypassed me and just
I'll have to give
right
your
over my
dog
head.
inspiration for helping me out then.
Please know
Yeah.
she already makes really good dex checks when she shouldn't.
What? Zanashi, go ahead and cue the music and just give a bit of the narrative.
What's music?
Camp music. And then we'll go right into the fight music. But as we continue our story, still on the day of May 15th, just as each of you find yourselves being stared down by a horde of orcs inside the Skull Clan camp. There's a stillness to the air, what seems like a lifetime. The only sounds heard for a brief moment are the sound of the fires crackling with a snap and pop. Then, with almost an instantaneous roar, the orcs begin to let out a yell, a war cry echoing through the camp. As they begin unsheathing their weapons and preparing for slaughter, they move towards your positions. Togo, you hear the yell, which was almost perfectly timed for that, of the orcs. The guards inside with you. Unfortunately, there's not one, but there are a few. There's 5 in total.
Mm-hmm.
You see their attention drawn towards the back of the tent. What the? Fight. And with that, I'll ask each of you to prepare for battle. I still have your initiatives. The only thing I think is fair is that Zanashi re-rolls hers due to being knocked unconscious. Or you can keep it if you wish, Zanashi.
I'll take that reroll.
Yeah, I
That
would
is a
too.
long ass initiative.
There's a lot of orcs. And just to throw this out there, just so everyone understands, I ran the numbers, and with basically the attack economy, if I don't do them separately, there's 0% chance of success.
Oh, I know.
With this, it grants you up to 10. Considering the only variable I took into place was random initiative, and also if you all just like stayed and fought to the death, like there was no other plan or whatever. But just so everyone's on the same page for that. But at the top of the turn order is I feel like this is going to be a long-ass combat. We have Zanashi. The combat beginning. Each of you begin to feel the bits of rain falling from above as the storm clouds giving off the thunderous sound light up with bits of lightning tracing the outsides. Zanashi, you're up first.
Okay. I will, let me think here. Music's pooping out.
Also, I can't hear any music from Sirenscape. Can you guys?
Yeah, you had to just turn it up a little bit, but it did just drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it dropped.
Is it on a different tab on the same window and stuff? Or on the same desktop?
I think the online player itself dropped. Okay, is it back on?
I can't hear anything from it.
Okay, give me just a second. I'll fix it.
Yeah, I would take that first.
All right, should be back.
It's on.
Yep.
Okay, so obviously, I'm guessing there's I see the other one. I guess my thought process is going to be to move to the guy just below me. I am going to use another rage.
So your axe is not too far away, but it is a little bit away from you. About 5-10 foot, just so you're aware.
Okay, well, I'll grab it wherever it's at.
It's not very detrimental, but just so you knew.
Okay. Well, I'm raging before I even move to it.
Sure.
Grab it, and I should have plenty of movement to get back over there.
Yeah, plenty.
And I will attack this guy.
All right. You grab the axe and swing the elf mutilator towards the orc. See him holding a great axe himself. The 15 is a hit. And you slash in for a decent chunk of damage to start it off. The 24-second attack is a solid hit. 16 points of damage. And the orc is nearly cut down within 2 swings from the elf mutilator. Now, growing the name Orc Mutilator as well. Is that it for your turn?
That will be it for my turn.
Zanashi, the orcs are closing in. A few seem to have their attention onto you as you hear the call, "Kill elf!"
Leave the elf alone.
Valencia, what do you do?
So, to be clear, Modar is still invisible.
Oh yes, he's invisible. I just left it there so that way Clue can see where he is. So I had him on the GM layer.
Okay. How tall is this tent right here?
Roughly 15 foot.
But how tall is the lip to the tent?
Are you trying to jump on top of it?
Kinda. Is it from 0 foot to
Yeah.
15 foot?
0 to 15.
Okay.
As you begin to run upon it, you do feel it caving down quite a bit. There's a couple of snaps and pops. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check. You feel it breaking beneath you, but you're able to stabilize yourself for a brief moment.
I shoot a poisoned crossbow at the one down there.
One down to the right.
Yep.
You got it.
She'll pull it out and through her tears look back at Zanashi fighting. Then looks back and says, "If you want me, come get me."
26 hits.
Nice roll.
That is a 12 on the save, so fails.
Looking at my bonus actions.
No problem. So as the bolt sinks in from the crossbow, you can see the veins bulging from this orc. You see this female kind of quiver in bits of pain. You can see cold sweats beginning to form.
That's it.
All right.
We're getting out of here.
The orc near you, Zanashi, will attempt to swing the axe. It's a 19 to hit.
That's a hit. I'm eating pretzels, by the way. I eat pretzels when I get nervous.
That's 19 points of damage. But you will have that, and I believe that's just 9.
Yep.
All right.
Double checking movement speeds. Okay, I was pretty sure that's what that was. Oh, well, sorry, Togo, I didn't reorganize it, but it is your turn. That guy just moved, though.
That's okay. Question for you, and you may not have or know an answer to this. Do I know if my spell has been broken for invisibility?
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check. See if you can get any sort of feeling. It seems so, but you still have a little bit of a sense of your magic still going.
Do I have an inkling that something is happening with my magic, that maybe it's not as strong as it was before, but...
Sure.
Okay. So you said I'm in the room with 5 people?
7 including you and your friend.
Or 5 orcs in there.
Yes.
Looking around, does it look like some of them are trying to make their way out towards what the fighting is? Like
There's
one or
3 of
two,
them
or-
that have their attention towards the front of the tent where the flaps are.
Okay. Do I see any fires inside? Any torches? Anything like that?
There's a lantern.
There's one lantern. Okay. And what is the building or tent I'm in made of?
Seems to be animal skin
Animal skins. Got it.
and bone.
Bone and animal skin. And I'm inside a wooden cage, you said?
No, I actually didn't.
Okay.
It is a regular cage.
It's a metal cage.
Yes.
Got it. Got it. Then what I am going to do... They didn't take any of my things, if I'm remembering correctly, right? They just stuck me in there because
Yep.
I had... Alright. I don't happen to notice any keys on hooks or anything like that.
You can give me a perception check for that, but that will require your action.
That is perfectly fine.
The guard that, well, I guess to be fair, they all seem kind of stupid. But the guard that was actually called stupid from the orc that brought you in, he has a set of keys that are resting on the little notch of the chair right over his left shoulder.
Notch of the chair over the left shoulder. Alright. As a bonus action, can I just start playing some music on my lute? Like, not doing anything, just playing music? Doing some strumming and some chording and...
You want to give me a performance check?
Yeah.
Or are you using the Pick of Destiny? I should ask.
Yes, I am using the Pick of Destiny.
Okay.
I'm assuming I can't use the friends on the Pick of Destiny is... I didn't update it in there. Let me check. It's an action, I'm assuming.
I believe so.
Okay, then yeah, I'm just going to yes, I am just going to do it. Did I roll a performance check? No, I didn't do it.
Not yet.
Sorry.
Okay. Aaron Bellowfen is humming along. Oh, I do like this song.
I didn't know that one. How are you doing, by the way?
Much better than what's going on out there.
You want to go out there and leave?
No, I'll find myself perfectly safe right in here.
Okay. Well, I'll be leaving, but that's okay. If you want to leave, you can come with us.
You can come back and get me if all goes well.
Okay, that's fair.
Anything else, Dogo?
For now, that will be it.
This one will move to here. And a javelin will be thrown towards you, Valencia. Well, that's a natural 20. It's gonna hurt a little bit, friend.
Sure, whatever it is.
Be 27 piercing damage.
I'm gonna use my reaction for deflect missiles.
Ooh.
It is Dex mod plus my monk level.
Plus a D10, isn't it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So 7 plus... Oh, mine's outdated. So D10 plus 10 for me.
So, reflecting 20. Or, I guess...
Possibly.
So I guess just roll a d10 then. Oh, you had a dice set up for it. Cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So what do I actually take?
Let me double check. It was 27, so it'll be 9.
I'll just use my wrist to catch the bolt.
Brutal. The bolt soaring for your head. You put up your wrist, and it pierces through. The tip of the bolt comes out the other side as your blood begins to trickle down the wrist. Excruciating pain. Still, nonetheless. Lusk, you are 15 foot in the air. As this one maneuvers towards Gurok. Who will place a hand upon his back as you see this energy, this light begin to form. And out of the corner of your eye, Zanashi, you see Gurok's one eye open. Ah. Not that much, but it'll help. This one moves closer. This one gets a bit closer. And then Lusk, it's your turn. What works closing in on your position, inch by inch.
Well, that kind of changes. That kind of changes my turn. I land next to the chieftain, still holding the shadowy blade, and I say to him, "We all leave, or you die, old man." Holding the sword above him. What do you say?
Then we all die.
All right. In that case, I bring the booming blade down on him.
Should have advantage on this since he's prone.
Mm-hmm.
It is a shadow blade and it is dim light, so I probably have it anyhow. Is it considered dim light
Super
currently?
advantage. Yeah, I guess you could say that storm's rolling in.
Wow.
Well played.
Character is cursed.
It's actually what happened when you tried to kill him last time, but you had inspiration.
Yep. Nat 1 and a Nat 2 this time.
Did you just play to Want-Wants?
I did.
I'm glad that you brought that in for me. I will reach in with my offhand. I will reach behind my back and pull a short sword to stab him with.
There you go. Now you can't ever bitch about not rolling a crit.
Yep,
exactly.
There it finally is. So this is going to be 10 d6s of damage.
You click. Yeah.
For a grand total of 29, 34.
He's dead. He was only healed for 7.
Yeah, your piercing damage put him back to 0. The other was over.
Right.
Is he actually dead this time?
No, he's
Probably
back to
not.
unconscious.
I will fly 15 feet up back into the air again.
Back up you go. Zoom! Alright, so as you fly back up, this one will take a step forward, stepping over the stones and into the sand. As she does, she'll extend her hand, and then Lusk, a arcane energy begins to form upon her palm. It's aimed towards you, and a bolt extends from her hand, soaring through the air. This will be a 21 to hit.
I cast shield. I go up to 23 AC.
Got it. And as you catch it just in time, the opaque barrier reflects the bolt of energy, soaring it back up into the sky before it lets off a bit of a pulse into the air.
Yeah, but a storm rolling in. Isn't he a lightning rod 15 foot in the air?
He's not made out of metal. And being 15 foot, he's actually not the tallest thing in the area.
But I don't think lightning targets metal. It targets high shit.
Also, I don't know if don't you have to be grounded? Doesn't the lightning aim for things that are grounded?
I don't know, but I'm not taking that into consideration because I had enough to think of.
Yeah,
That's
I was
fair.
just giving you a hard time, though.
This one
More
will step,
just joking.
and stepping behind you, Zanashi, throwing a couple of darts your way. This will be a 9 and a 15 for the hits. I do believe both of those are a miss.
15 hits.
Oh, 15 hits?
Yeah, I'm gonna die to a fucking dart. Well, maybe not. Darts don't do much
You'll
damage.
take, what is it, 6? Yeah. Couldn't remember the modifier. 6 points of damage, so 3 after having. Dart pierces in. It's like a little mosquito bite in comparison to some of the other blows you've dealt with from these orcs. This one, with the cold sweats, will begin to move, pulling the bolt out, throwing it to the ground. The attention is on you, Alencia. And the same thing will happen. A bolt of energy will soar through the sky towards you. And that will be a 15 to hit. And that is a miss. Togo, just so you're aware, at this time, individuals have begun to make their way out of the tent and towards the sounds of combat ringing out, what seems to be towards your west.
Okay. How many of them leave?
2.
2? Okay.
Well, I should say thus far. Lots more to go in the turn order.
It's fair. It's fair. It's a busy turn order.
This one, Zanashi, you see decorated, looking a bit more formidable than the other orcs. It has a couple of what you can assume to be goblin skulls tied around the neck. And then swinging the great axe towards you. I have a 13 and a 20.
20's gonna hit. That's going to put me down.
I have 12 points of damage. Halved is 6. And as you're being cut down bit by bit, more continue to swarm the area.
And I am unconscious on the ground.
As you fall, Zanashi, this one chucks a spear at Lusk while he's up in the sky. And with your shield reflecting the spear attack, as it hits and the breaks, snapping in two. And as one more leaves, the other two in the tent with you, Togo, seem to be focused upon each of you. More begin to surround Alencia and Zanashi. And then it finally becomes Togo's turn. Or Modar's turn.
Okay. What's he gonna do?
You will receive a quick message from Modar as the combat's like breaking out. So this won't affect his turn. But this is what Pistol told me to tell you. Well, Zanashi, if you're gonna be a god, now's the time. I'll do whatever it takes to make you look as scary as possible.
Well, it doesn't help when I'm down, but he's going to do it anyway. All right.
I just wanted you to know his intent. Is to make you look like a badass.
He's going to throw a fireball centered on me.
Yes.
God's sake.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Oh, that's a low roll. But still, yeah.
Alright, so if it's centered on you, I believe it's, what is it, 20 foot?
It is 20-foot radius, so yes. I can't get all of them, but I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably 8 of them.
Oh, that's from your
Maybe.
center. I have to add 5 more foot.
Yeah. I'm thinking anyway.
There you go.
And that's gonna pretty much, I think, end up being his turn, but let me see if he's got any bonus actions besides that.
Well, that is 9 deck saves with 1 being an auto fail. Yours as well being an auto fail.
Yep.
Zanashi. Lusk! I need a deck save.
I have fire resistance, and I also have evasion. Both of them reducing the damage by half. Do I still need to make a deck save?
You should.
Yes, because
if
overall,
you resist it, you get half damage, but
and then it'll have the other half, so it'll still be 25% at best case.
I thought the evasion.
If I fail, it's 25%.
Yes.
If I succeed, it's nothing.
If you're resistant?
Yeah. If he's resistant, he's taking half damage. If he evades it, like succeeds on the evasion roll,
doesn't evasion take half as well?
He will take no damage.
Oh, take none?
No damage.
I posted evasion. It says, if I save, you take no damage. But it doesn't say anything about fire
Okay.
resistance.
Yeah, so if you succeed, or if you fail this throw, you'll take 25%. So 25% worst case.
Okay. 25% then.
All right.
Still not bad.
7.
All right.
Like what, 7?
It's 7.
So
So
far
for
you've
me-
had a fail, a success, a fail from Gurok, and then doing the one to the left of him. 15, that's a fail, and then the orcs on the bottom. Only one passes.
It would have been 58
Yep.
points of damage to me, so it wouldn't have been enough to kill me outright.
Well, actually, save damage cannot be critical damage, so you just take. So you take one failed save, and that's it.
Okay.
You can only critical on attacks. You cannot crit save damage.
And he doesn't have any bonus actions he can take, but he is going to take some movement.
All right. I do believe 3 fall. A few are fairly wounded, and Gurok is beginning to have his cloth and leather being burnt as he lays upon the ground.
So Modar is no longer invisible.
No longer invisible.
Want to move him to there.
So, does it look like Gurok is? I mean, he's taken almost 60 damage since he's gone down, somewhere between 50 and 60, I guess. Does it look like he's dead, or
that's not enough to? I mean, he had to be forced to
That's a
failed
double
saving throw.
double their HP to be in the negatives. Like it has to be like if he has 50, he has to be at negative 50, but he doesn't have 50.
okay?
You have to hit beyond whatever their max HP is. So, like, I got 75. If I take 75 points of damage from an attack while I'm unconscious, then I am actually dead.
Otherwise, it's just if it's melee, it's 2. If it's ranged, it's 1. So he's got 1 at the minimum.
I wanted to move Modar though.
That's fine.
I can't move.
Oh,
You have to.
You need control.
I'm spotting the spot. Actually, you know what? 10, 20, 30.
Or you should
Right
be able to
there,
move
actually,
him now.
straight up 30 foot.
You should be able to move him now.
All right, that'll work.
Take that off of you as the flames soar past you, Lusk. It tickles a bit as you see the other orcs have taken quite a bit of damage. Zanashi along with them. Modar appears from basically nowhere and begins to sprint towards the north side as the orc to the south takes a few steps up and, looking around, quite a bit dazed, attempts to throw his javelin towards you, Lusk. Well, I guess it makes a lot of sense. With him being quite dazed, the javelin soars nearly straight above him, falling 5 foot in front of him, piercing down into the ground. A natural 1 on the attack.
That's rough, buddy.
Thank you.
Had to find it.
Okay. This one looking around, turns, focusing to Modar, and closes the gap. You could be useful.
I'm about to burn you.
And unsheathing a longsword, swings towards you. Going for Modar. Be a 19 to hit.
Shield.
Got it. As the attack bounces off, the orc gives a little bit of a chuckle. Then you see his jaw extend quite a bit, almost seeming like it unhinges. The tusk from the bottom jaw now hang perfectly with the upper lip. It lets out a bit of a roar. The tusks grow a little bit larger. And as Modar looks around, Modar notices that a few of the orcs' attention has been drawn their way.
So what the fuck is Modar think, man? Is this a vampire orc?
It's a magical orc. I don't know.
A
You
orc?
tell me. If it's a vampire, I guess it'd be a vampire.
I mean, his fucking tusk just grew. I mean, he's either like a werewolf, fucking orc, or something.
This one throwing a javelin towards you, Alencia. A good whopping 15 for the hit.
Nope.
This one closes the gap, unsheathes his longsword, and moves towards the support that you are standing upon.
Oh shit. They're all running up there.
I'm just going to move them all along on their movements. But I do believe this will end up taking us back to you, Zanashi, so you can go ahead and start planning your move.
Yeah, sure will. You made a death saving throw.
One save, one fail.
Yes, sir. Now all I need's a natural 20 or a natural 1 to end it or succeed.
That'll move us to Alencia. All of them closing the gaps bit by bit. As each of you can tell quite easily, you are quite outnumbered. Togo, in total there are 4 people, 2 orcs, and your friend, along with yourself inside the tent.
Is the stupid orc that is sitting there with the keys in the back of the chair basically still there? Where did they go?
He's gone, but the keys remain.
Got it.
Alencia, as you're standing there, you continue to hear bits of pop and your weight pressing down, making the tent collapse a little bit. It's only a matter of time before it falls.
Yeah, she's gonna move before that happens.
I'll shout out to her. Now, my Now might be the time to run.
Thank you for the advice, demon.
No problem.
No
These things
problem.
aren't quite so obvious to you mortals.
She rolls her eyes and then starts running across the top and jumping off towards the grass. And like a wide receiver, she will dodge any and all orcs who stand in her way, try to get her.
Okay.
And she'll dash.
Jumping from the top, one of your heels kind of snaps, and you'll take 3 points of damage because that is 15 foot down.
Yeah, I guess that is true. Damn.
Oh wait, don't you have slow fall as a monk?
Oh yeah, I take no damage, it's fine. She'll continue moving, she'll dash. By the way, on her way over, she'll try to look for Togo since she hasn't seen him in a while.
You can go ahead and give me a perception check, but I mean, as a player, you should know it's very unlikely.
Well, she's gonna be looking.
You do not spot Togo.
I hope I drew enough attention. And she'll keep running, dash.
You hear Zanashi speak from the grave. Pick Togo up and get him to safety.
She doesn't know where he is.
Just kidding.
Stock him like a football.
Valencia picks up the fumble.
Go!
Yeah, she's going to sprint towards the touchdown and use the key to do it.
All right, is that all your movement, or do you have more to go?
I have 45 more.
Okay. So I do believe that'll put you 25 foot off the map.
Yeah.
Got it. So, Alencia, as you look back, searching frantically for Togo, you do notice a couple of orcs running in your direction from the west.
Togo, where are you?
Togo, your turn.
My turn. All right. So there are 2 orcs still in the room. The keys are still on the chair. I'm still in the cage.
Yeah, I mean, if you get out of here, I guess it could be a good song for you being a bard.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm definitely gonna cast Friends on the orc closest to the keys. Through
Okay.
the pick. And is that a...
I think that's a verbal only.
The pick has a once per short rest use of Friends.
As long as he's playing his lute, which he is.
Yes, and that will be my action for this turn. I think I have a bonus action that I can do. No, I don't have any. Make sure I don't have another. Yeah, nope. That'll be it.
Okay. This song pissed me off. You stop playing.
Which one is saying that?
The one closest to the keys. It's not the one that brought you in, but the other one.
Got it. I just keep playing. Maybe change it up a little bit, make it more fast-paced, more strumming. Is that better?
I guess. Attempting this one more time. One here will place both of her hands upon Gurok and begin to heal. Alright, that'll be her turn. This one here, throwing last javelin. Lusk, the shield saving you. This is a 21 to hit.
Nice.
Go right there. This one will aim at Modar. Sending out a pulse of energy from her palm. Modar does have shield, but does a 23 hit.
$23
Yes.
does hit.
As this bolt of energy connects with the barrier, you see it, Modar sees it slowly starting to crack, and as it does, the bolt pierces through, striking Modar and dealing... Oh, not that much. 11 points of damage, and Modar notices himself beginning to glow.
Okay.
Lusk, it's your turn.
Alright, so I will need your approval for what I would like to do. But if I cast Enlarge Reduce to reduce Zanashi to an 1/8 of her weight, would I be able to pick her up in my arms and fly away in one turn? She would be hobbit-sized or smaller.
Yeah, she's not gonna be too small. Zanashi's still pretty big. Zanashi, what's your weight at? And what's your height? Want to get as close as possible.
I weigh 150. I'm 6'4".
So that is less than I expected. What's an 1/8 of 0.1? Was it 0.125 times? So that would reduce her to roughly 20 pounds.
Yeah, not as light as like when we did the math for Togo, but it's definitely pick upable.
All right. Yeah, 18.75 pounds. Yeah, I would like to land here, cast Enlarge Reduce on Zanashi. So I spend 10 foot of movement here, and then I would like to fly. I would like to fly straight back up into the air. So that puts me 30 feet up, I believe.
Go ahead and give me a strength check. Zanashi's not really designed to fly like you are. Be a little bit different.
I would drop bow. I would like to drop my sword. So there's nothing in either of my hands. My shadow blade also dissipates, and I would like to pick her up in both arms.
Okay, that's a little bit better.
Do I... This is well within my encumbrance range. Do I have advantage, or is this just a straight roll?
If you were picking up her up with one hand, it was going to be a roll, but if you're going to use both, I'll allow it.
Okay. Well, in that case, here's hoping to not fucking up. I fucked up, maybe.
Oh, God!
As you pull, Zanashi's dead weight weighs you down quite a bit. Being hung there, you can move half your movement speed, so it will be difficult terrain.
Okay. So that means I get 10 feet up straight into the air.
15.
So that puts me at a height of 15. I would also like to dash, which allows me to ignore difficult terrain, and I will shoot up an additional 40 feet straight into the air.
You got it. So you're at 55?
Yep, and I'm hoping that the backdrop of the night sky and being straight up in the air, maybe they can't see me as well, but that's all on you, Mr. GM. I will, holding her in one hand, I will make sure that I have one free hand in case I need to cast shield, but that's it.
We'll see how that goes if the time arises.
We will see.
So I'm maneuvering here. Looking, you see scanning into the sky. Okay. Well, that's pretty much the only good thing they got. So, we'll touch Gurok, and with the thunder booming above, go ahead and give me a perception check, Lusk, but this will be at disadvantage. You hear Gurok letting out a roar. It almost seems to shake you down to your soul. Well, if you had one, being a demon. It does send shivers throughout your body.
Hey, I have a soul, maybe.
Who knows? Maybe you're only made of soul.
Yeah, maybe only souls.
The demon souls.
Dark soul.
Dun 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 dun. By the way, one of my favorite game series that I'm absolutely not going to talk about because I can talk for hours.
Not having much that this one can do, retrieving a dart from the ground. And then that'll be the end of the turn. This one moves closer to Modar, extends the hand, and attempts the same thing. A little bit lower, but not much. A 22 to hit. Modar still does have shield.
What was it to hit? 22?
22.
That hits.
Be 10 more points of damage. And still glowing. few of these orcs looking around, pointing up into the sky, a few of the hands being scattered about. Closing the gap to Modar. It is not looking good for Modar. You got a 25 and a 23 on the attacks.
Well, he's probably going to be deceased.
A total of 18 points of damage.
Yep, he's unconscious.
And strike twice with the scimitar as Modar is cut down.
Fuck, I wanted to cast that fucking fireball at goddamn 4th level.
Well, roll a natural 20.
It's still possible.
If there wouldn't have been so many got up on me before I got another chance or another turn, I was going to cast Blur, so that would help me from getting fucking hit.
Or, I mean, just invisibling him and running away. I will say, well, I mean, when you're rolling this many dice, high rolls are kind of inevitable. But I think your rolls went frighteningly well today, Kyle.
Well, I think it was about 50-50. A lot had to move, though.
Yeah.
But I need a death save from Modar.
Nat 20. Nat 20. Nat 20.
Roll a
Nat
20, bitch.
Do it, you won't.
Flip the switch.
Chloe, don't forget the
Flip the
switch.
Flip the switch.
I've got to
Flip
do it
the
in the
switch.
game because
Flip
I can't
the switch.
pull up his fucking death saves and
Use the
roll
force.
from D&D Beyond.
Do it.
Bum, bum, bum,
Ba,
da,
ba.
da.
Huh?
It's a save.
Save.
Oh. Oh, fuck.
But not a 20.
We were trying to hype up the dice, but the dice weren't having it.
I could be a dice hype man.
If I roll as Modar.
Still a pass. As the yell echoes out, it's very clear. Even you, Alencia, you hear it, as well as you, Togo. Zanashi, you hear it in your dreams, I guess. But as it echoes out, you see this light beginning to grow from Gurok, and as it does, it begins to expand bit by bit, illuminating the area. You see it pulse just a bit, and as it does, it expands quite rapidly into the sky. Lusk, this should be a good roll for you. But I will need a charisma saving throw.
That's not something I'm particularly great at.
Well, you make
I
it
don't know
sound
why you
like
think
it.
that. I do? What gives you the impression that I roll anything well? Alright, I'm rolling.
Not rolling anything well, but your charisma.
I'll
Feeling
toggle the
it.
switch for you.
Yay!
Lusk. You feel yourself fading.
Oh.
You feel the sight of the area beginning to fall apart. Then you see bits of flames. You recognize this area. This is hell.
They're banished.
But with a quick blink, you shake it off, and you're back at the plane. You met the DC, buddy.
By how many?
By
He said you
on
met
the
it.
nose.
By meeting the
Oh.
DC.
By hitting 16.
When he says met, he means met.
Mmm.
In
Fuck.
another yell. And you hear, oh, I guess maybe a bit of a sound of disappointment. Still seeing you up in the sky.
I have a +1. I don't know why you thought I would have succeeded on that.
Talk a good game.
Thanks.
This one's turn. Well, guess no one can really tell what's going on. Alright, Zanashi, I need another death save. The orcs seem to just be looking around at this point, with Modar being down, less flying up into the air, being quite a bit out of range.
It's a fail.
It's 2, I believe, right?
It is.
But with less being a bit up in the air, not much anyone can really do.
Okay, so you want me to roll out Modar and my death saves?
Not yet. We'll see what happens. Alencia, go ahead and give me another perception check. This one will be at advantage.
We didn't need it.
Well,
Wait for it.
you quite
Oh! Fuck!
quite easily hear Togo playing his lute. You can recognize the sounds. It's about 50 foot away from you. Tent on your left side. You also hear a little bit of an orc yelling out, "This song suck too!"
I gave you the double yay there, Lancia.
Alencia will turn her head back, hearing Modar yell, and say, "Was that Modar? That can't be. He should be invisible. Why on earth would he cast a spell to make him not invisible anymore?"
And you're talking to yourself?
Yeah, while she's running.
Anime style. Talk no jutsu.
And then she
What do you know
remembers-
about it?
And then she remembers the sound of a fireball. And she goes, "Oh, fuck me." And she'll follow the sound of the lute.
Well, as I said, it's only 50 foot away. You can close that gap quite easily.
Yeah. I don't know where specifically it is, but that's what she'll go up to.
You got it. You make your way there. You are quite certain you hear Togo's playing coming from inside.
I open the flap.
You see Togo in a cage and 2 orcs that quickly meet your eyes.
Do you need help?
No, we're good.
Okay.
I can
Good.
get out eventually, but if you're in the neighborhood, unless you're busy.
Oh, I have my hands full, but let me try something. And she'll try to knock down a peg with her staff.
ahead and give me your attack roll. You strike it.
Nice roll.
You see the bone moving, but it doesn't break.
Well, extra attack.
Oh, wait, does it deal damage?
I
See it
would assume
cracking
so.
bit by bit after the second blow.
All right.
Seeing that, I waver off. Like, go, 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 go.
She'll nod awkwardly. How far away are any of the orcs, aside from the one in the tent, chasing me?
In between, there's different variables. The closest one is 70. The farthest one is 100.
Yeah, she'll stay put. Won't use a bonus action. Actually, she will use a bonus action at that point. She'll just kick it.
Did you need your bonus action to close that 50?
No, I'm 5 foot next to the cage.
No, so it took 50 foot for you to get to the tent.
Yeah, I thought you were at the tent flap.
Your movement speed's like 45, is it not?
Well, it is.
So do you
But
not need your
I thought-
bonus action for the like step of the wind in that manner?
I mean, if that's what we're going with,
Well,
I
you have
thought
to
you
close
meant.
the gap. Like that's so I'm not gonna like magically give you extra foot of movement.
Well, no, but I didn't know you were assuming I used step of the wind to get there. But if that's the case, then in that course of action, that's what will happen. And instead of punching it, she'll move 40 feet away. Good luck, Toko.
All right, you're nearly to the gate. There's only 6 guards there. Togo, your turn.
I'm assuming the 2 orcs that are looking at the drow elf that just opened the door, started kicking
Hits the bone
tent
fart a
pole,
little bit.
and then leaves.
And then jets the fuck out of here? Yeah.
Good luck!
Yes.
It's like, I would like to report a hit and run, sir.
Can I add in the verbal component of Mage Hand into my song? And just kind of sing it?
Now I'm just more curious on what you're singing.
Probably some kind of like almost "We Will Rock You" style chant, and just kind of like
Give me a
Oh,
performance check.
We will major.
We will steal your keys with Mage Hand.
Wait, what? Did
They-
you say you would?
They'd give you a bit of a like a clap clap stomp. So you grab the keys.
Got it. And how many keys are on the ring?
There are 4.
There are 4. To try and use the keys, would it be
It'll be an action.
an action, which casting Mage Hand is my action. So, do they notice me do that since Alencia is?
Their eyes are on Alencia. You're not sure if
Okay.
they've noticed or not.
I'm gonna stick that.
Well,
bad
not
boy
on Alencia, but where Alencia was, I should say. Left in a bit of astonishment.
I'm just gonna pocket those and kind of hide them, and then continue with my playing, and look over and say, when I open this, I can turn both you and me invisible. I based off that, I'm assuming that we're getting the heck out of Dodge. Like, is that something you would like? We'd have a whole hour to be invisible.
Well, if you're quite certain that it'll work, then I'm game to get the hell out of this hellhole.
Yes, I 100% am certain that I can turn the two of us invisible.
Deal.
Is there anything that you're going to want us to go find while we get out? Anything that you know locations of that you want?
She points over towards a corner and says, my stuff's right over there.
All right, perfect.
Anything else?
How long's inspiration last a minute?
I think so. It's a good time.
I'm going to inspire her because I can't inspire myself.
Got it.
Listen, it'll be fine. We'll go, get your stuff. We'll be real sneaky, real quiet. I believe in you. You got this. And I will give her inspiring words to calm her nerves and settle her heart.
Definitely accepts them with open arms. Lusk, you're still within 120 feet, so it's finally time for one of the ones that can actually reach you.
Fuck.
See this light beginning to form upon the ground, quite smaller than the wall being forced out by Gurok. Then, as it pulses and soars towards you, and Lusk, I'm so sorry. This is a natural 20.
I will use Uncanny Dodge to half the damage.
You got it. Alright, let's see what the total comes out to be.
That sounds like a lot of dice.
The base of the spell, if it is what I think, is 4d6s. So he's probably rolling 8.
At like the minimum, right?
At the minimum, and that's assuming no upcasts. It's a good spell to crit on.
Yeah, very unlucky. I have a total of 18.
So I take 9. All right.
I rolled 3 1s, which made me feel a little bit better. I'm not holding anything back, but I definitely, it's not like my jam to kill people. Like, I don't like it. But if it happens, it happens.
So now she falls to her death as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
I'm gonna need another check from you. I will need a strength save to see how well you can hold on, since you are using one hand at this point.
But she does only weigh 20 pounds.
Yes, but being struck in, basically kind of like, I feel maybe like with a taser, it's gonna make it hard to hold on. But trust me, the DC is not very high.
Alright, well.
Only 27, you can do it.
It's not very high.
No, I had it at 6.
Alright, well, I rolled a 5.
And Zanashi slips from your grasp, beginning to fall. With you being lit upon the sky, there will be more attacks coming your way. Last one for this guy. Lusk, you're welcome. Natural 1. And
So he runs up, he trips, and he throws his spear right at his leader.
well, he's got advantage. He's got advantage from the attack. Um, the second one, the second roll for the advantage is a 19.
Shield? Can I shield?
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
Well, cunning action or whatever it was, that doesn't take your reaction, does it?
I'm not sure actually.
I
Let
actually
me
think it does.
look it up.
I might be wrong.
Oh God.
How high are you, Lusk?
I'm 50.
Okay.
You can use your reaction to half the damage. So yeah, never mind. I cannot shield. All right, I take the damage.
Sorry, fam. 12 points of damage as you still glow like a Christmas star up in the sky.
I'm down.
And now it's a falling star.
Okay, so what's going on?
Well, Zanashi, you began to fall first. Lusk, you're falling right behind. You're 50 foot up.
So 6
I have a question. Was that
dice.
crit with the guiding bolt on disadvantage?
No. Why?
I never mind. I misunderstood.
The no, the second attack that just happened was from advantage because the previous one had hit. But I rolled a natural 1 on the first one, and I was hoping it wasn't going to go well after that.
Got it. I thought they were rolling at disadvantage for being in the obscure darkness. I assumed it was full darkness, not dim light up there. That's my misunderstanding.
No, we established it's dim light from the storm coming in for your Shadow Blade earlier.
Okay.
The way this shit's going, I gotta change the music.
Yep, I think so. That
So,
seems appropriate.
how do we calculate how or how fast you fall?
I take 1d6 for every 10 feet. I'm 50 feet in the air, so that's 5d6s. In short, I just take one death saving throw.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be more than your HP. It's only 17. So with one death save, Lusk, go ahead and give me your saving throw.
All right.
1 and 1. Modar's death save.
Okay. Nat 20, here it comes. Woohoo! That was close to a fail.
That's 2 fails.
Is it? I thought I passed the first one.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's 1 and 1. Sorry.
Yeah. I have 2 fails.
Okay. So with us being back at the top of the turn order, let us go ahead and take a small break and get back to this in a moment. I gotta pee.
Same.
Be right back, everybody. Alright, let us get back to it. At the top of the turn order, Zanashi, it's your turn. But I'm not going to need a death saving throw as you are falling 50 foot from up in the air.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you have 2 fails.
Yeah, I'm going to take damage, so that's going to be an auto fail.
Correct. And as Zanashi falls upon the ground, a second thud falling from the sky. Valencia, you've only got to make it past a few more guards and you're out.
How far is the nearest one?
30 foot away.
What is... How far can it make it past them with the least amount of...
If you have
opportunity
45...
attacks as possible?
If you have 45 movement, you can get past most of them, but 2 will give you attacks of opportunity, and then you can get about 15 foot away.
Okay, and that's the same for like 90 foot?
If you use your bonus action as a dash, yes.
Well, an action, but...
Yeah. Action, bonus action, whichever you prefer, I guess. So I think you have the option for both. But I could be wrong.
How high is the wall?
Roughly 10, 15 foot. They are spiked at the top.
How much movement would it cost to get up and over it?
If you give me a real good athletics check or an acrobatics, I'll cut down some of it.
I mean, yeah, cutting down 90 foot. I'm still gonna make it pretty far, I think.
But make your choice. Over the wall or through them?
I feel
or
like
go back
they
for
wouldn't
Togo.
Togo's in trouble. I'll run through them.
Attempting to take the least amount of opportunity attacks?
Yes.
Got it, so that'll just be 2. Wow, I actually have 2 19s.
Okay, yeah, they both hit.
Okay. 14 damage for the first and 11 for the second. 25 in total.
She'll dash away. Using 90 foot of movement.
With the rain falling, thunder above, you hear a yell, "You not get too far!"
Watch me.
Togo,
I don't have a bonus action to
You- you begin hearing footsteps, the sound of splatter, of mud, water, dirt below the feet, making their way past the tent. But it is your turn.
Doesn't sound like anyone's coming in the tent, right?
No.
What did the 2 that were in here guarding us that saw Alencia leave, they still stayed? Are they still looking out towards where Alencia was, or?
They're looking about the area, but they have not moved yet.
How long do I think it'll take me to try the key?
Well, they're all relatively similar, but there are only 4.
Hey, I guess I can ask you after this is done.
So which one would you like to try? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
That one.
Put it in, and as you attempt to turn, doesn't budge. It's not that one.
Okay. Is that my action?
I'll say I'll allow it as like a bonus action. You can attempt one more time if you wish.
I do wish.
I don't see why not. It is 3. Trying the next one, you hear a clunk, and then a little bit of a squeak as the gate opens. Then you notice both the eyes of the orcs turn towards you.
And that was my action then? My bonus action?
Yep.
Got it. I smile at... Can I just kind of like push through the gate a little bit, pocket the keys, and smile a little bit at him? Give him a wink.
Oh, they look... Oh, stupid, forgot keys! Anything else?
Action, bonus action. And then, how far is it to the exit of the tent, and how far is it to my friend's stuff?
She's right next to you, and it's about 10 foot away.
I'm going to move over between, like, I'm assuming, like, off to the left the stuff is, and then the entrance is, like, the opposite side of the tent from the cage, or off to the right.
Here's what I'm going to do for you, bud, just to give you a better idea. I'm going to use Alencia's token as your friend.
Okay.
I am everyone's
Valencia is
friend.
my friend.
There you go. And then in that tent is roughly your... Over in the corner is the stuff. That's the exit. Of course, not physically in this spot in comparison to everybody else, but just to help you get a better idea.
Okay. I will move over to there and look at her and say, all right, so let's grab your stuff and let's get going. And I'll post up on this guy. I'm sure he's looking quite distraught.
Yes,
Terrified,
very
in
much so.
fact.
The other one, why not hit him? And end of your turn?
Yes, which one is the one that has friends on it?
The one you're next to, actually.
Got it. Perfect.
Brings us to Lusk. Natural 20, let's go. What's that, 1 and 1, buddy? Or no, two passes.
Yeah.
I rolled an 11. And Modar.
Fail.
Another 3. Alright, Togo, I only have 1 attack coming your way.
Okay.
Is it 15?
A 15 misses. Yeah, 15 misses.
Being thrust forward with a javelin, it pierces into the chair, and then the other orc places a hand upon your chest and kind of maneuvers you a little bit behind. If anyone kill it, me. Alencia, you continuing to run?
Yeah.
Got it. Togo, what do you do?
Mhm. Did my friend have a turn between then?
Oh, yes. We're roughly over here, grabbing her stuff.
Okay, now it's my turn.
Yep.
I grab her hand, take one step back here. I'm assuming I can take that step back and provoke the opportunity attack.
Yes. That's where you're moving, yes.
Yes. Wish to provoke the opportunity attack.
Well done. 13.
13, alright. I now cast Invisibility at 3rd level on the two of us. And then I grab a hold of her hand and cast that, but yes.
Got it.
And can I kind of guide her out as a bonus action, or
Just give me a stealth check at advantage.
stealth at advantage?
Well, even though you're small, you do know the tent flap has to move for you to get out. You hear, "Where it go?" What? As you maneuver out. Which way are you going?
Which way do we come in?
Off to your east side.
To the east?
Yep. To the east and then down a little bit to the south.
I'm gonna head south first and then try and cut back across east on the,
Got it. Just follow the wall.
Yeah, follow the wall.
All right. Lusk. One more death save, please. Got it. 1 and 2. 1 fail, 2 passes. And Modar.
Oh, not good.
3 fails.
Jesus Christ.
This is the opposite of who I thought was dying tonight. Well, I guess Zanashi's dead, so I thought Zanashi was dying, but I did not see Modar dying, or Lusk.
By the way, I would run to the point where they aren't following me anymore. Or aren't interested in that.
Got it. And they can't catch you either. You're too fast.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, even for most of their ranged attacks, too, for their spears and stuff. Togo, just to sum this up a little bit easier, give me 2 more stealth checks at advantage.
At advantage?
Valencia
Yep.
is
Okay.
looking back at the camp with sadness and just stands there.
I'm pretty good at stealth, guys. Oh, wait, 2 more. Sorry, that was 1.
Yep.
What am I doing?
I don't know. I was just waiting. I didn't want to be rude.
May I also, like, steal an apple out of someone's mouth with that roll while leaving?
Before you make that call,
I'm kidding.
I need a perception check.
Perception.
While you're quite stealth, feeling that you're moving quite stealthily, very light-footed, your friend Bellefen is not. Bits of stomp here and there, stepping into bits of the puddles formed upon the ground. Luckily, you feel that you haven't caught anyone's attention. But with the sound that she's making, you're not going to be able to make your way through the gate unless she shuts the fuck up.
When you try to get through that gate, we're gonna have to be really, really quiet. So we're gonna practice walking quietly.
I'm trying my best.
I know. You've been a prisoner of orcs for who knows how long.
But I keep rolling a 4 at the highest. Give me a break. That one's better.
Do you want me to roll another one?
Yes, give me one more. You're feeling that you've maneuvered her along fairly well. Her steps get a tad bit quieter, but the rain is making it quite difficult for her. As you're making your way through, you see the orcs looking around, and then off into the distance, about 20, 30 foot off, and then you just hear one say, "Oh, fuck it, she too fast."
Sounds like Valencia survived. I don't say that out loud in a group of words.
I was about to say,
just
what?
I'm just thinking that in my head. That's what Togo's inner monologue says. I'm just verbalizing that. I would like to make that clear.
Noted. Thank you.
But I will continue my way out. Do I see any kind of like outside stable, like stables outside of the camp, or are they all going to be inside?
Well, before we get back to you there, at Lusk, just succeed. That's all you gotta do.
I don't feel like it.
I guess not.
Your character died like they lived.
All right, Lusk, give me one more. Togo left. Was basically gonna give him the opportunity to do something. Okay.
Fuck.
You're not
Damn
dead,
it.
but you're still unconscious at the minimum.
I was trying so hard. And I failed.
You guys so desperately want to start a new campaign. I'm not sure what's going on.
Dude, come on, man. Somebody's got to live because I'm already on 7th level on my new character. I'm making it right.
I get to start at a much higher level with my new one.
Yeah, right. I want to start back at first.
If I somehow manage to live and escape this, which again I'm assuming I won't, I would like to humbly request that you reset my character sheet.
I did.
This one is fucking cursed.
I did.
You mean
why do you think you rolled
go
a
back
natural
in
20?
time?
I'm just kidding. I mean, basically what I do is, like, I unassign it, copy it, delete it, and then when I put it like another one, I just paste everything. And it gives, like, a different seed.
Cursed as fuck, boy.
All right. My character's done.
Excited to see what Clue has in store for us next.
Wait. Lusk, you're dead too. You failed with 1 upon the fall.
Yep. You're right.
I'm sorry.
God. Half the party white, man.
I'm so sorry. Like, I just literally
Don't
remembered
lie.
that, and then I was like, wait, he had 2 and 2, but like those were just from the rolls. He fell 50 foot.
Yep, you're right. I totally forgot.
Me too. To be fair, I was trying to keep track of a lot.
To be
in my
fair, I
defense,
don't think we rolled the damage from it, so I didn't-
rolled 17.
Okay. I didn't know that. My bad.
So the only ones that make it out was Togo and Alencia, right?
Toko not even involved in the combat, fucking stuck in a cage.
Oh, you're still in a cage?
He was
Oh, no,
like
I
the whole
escaped,
time. He just
but-
got out.
Oh, I thought that's what I thought. He got out and turned him and Alencia invisible.
No, I
No.
used Alencia's token
No.
for the friend. Alencia just GTFO'd.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So, Togo, as you maneuver past, you just hear the foot stomps, kind of from the angry orcs, making their way back, maneuvering around. You can get Miss Erin Bellowfin out, as you two are invisible for an hour's time.
Valencia is standing
will
in clear
hold
view
that.
in the open.
Do I see Alencia?
It'll take a bit, and I mean, if you're the question I'll ask, because I'm assuming Alencia went the same. Well, how about this?
I went straight
to
ahead.
be fair. Okay, you went straight ahead. Which way are you going, Togo?
Straight ahead meaning west
Straight ahead
East.
from this area would be south, actually.
or
You
south?
entered
really?
through the south gate. Yep.
Yes.
Oh.
I'll also head straight ahead, try and find the way that we came.
That's what I was figuring, is that you guys are going to go back the way you came.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, Alencia, you'll make it to, like, the open ravine area. See that the flames have been extinguished. Feeling with quite a bit of safety. Hold your position. Looking back. It doesn't seem that anyone's following.
Someone has got to make it out. Anyone. I'll stand here all night if it takes.
All right.
I'm assuming I come up across Alencia at some point.
I don't know, do you?
I mean, eventually, with each of you heading in the same area, Togo, you'll spot Alencia.
Here we are. And I'll walk up. Are we still invisible at this point, or has it worn off?
No, you're, roughly, like, what is it, 45 minutes out from this area? Maybe close to an hour. Well, actually, yeah, because you're maneuvering a bit slower, making sure you get the fuck out, so
And that we
it'll
don't get
fade.
separated while we're invisible.
Exactly. You were being careful, making sure that, Miss Bellowfin doesn't, even cause too much noise in this endeavor.
And I'll keep trying to be kind of stealthy while we're moving out and not blatantly open, but...
For the record, Valencia is only like 300 to 400 feet away from the camp.
Okay, so you're not too far away.
So you
No,
hid just right after you got out, huh?
Yeah, you would have to hide, because if you're standing out in the open at that distance, they'd keep chasing you. I figured you were just sprinting for like a mile.
I was wondering how far they would move away from their post, and I didn't hear anything about them following me, so I just stood there.
Alright, so, either
If
way,
they're still following me, then I'm keeping running.
that's what I was figuring. Like, it's going to be more than a couple hundred feet. We'll say, like, maybe 1,000 before
Okay.
they, like, kind of give up. But you don't want to still
Alright.
be in their sight either. Because if they can see you, they'd probably keep chasing if you stopped.
I want to see the camp.
Yeah, you can still do so.
Okay.
If I'm still invisible when I see Alencia, I'll come up behind her and say, "Hey, Alencia, don't freak out. It's me." I know. I said, "Don't
Togo.
freak out." No, shh.
It's
okay.
an orc! Bellowfin pipes up.
What? No, she's not an orc. She's nice. She's kind. What did you do to your heels, girl?
It doesn't matter. And she'll kneel down and hug both of them.
Where's everybody else?
I don't know. I heard some screaming. But they have to be alive, at least one of them. I'm going to keep watching. But I'm just glad you're safe.
What happened? Tell me what happened.
I looked behind me and Lusk stabbed the leader, and then everyone called for my death, and I tried to distract them as much as I can. And as soon as that happened, I ran, and I heard a fireball, and I think I heard Modar scream, and I, then I went to check on you. That's all I know. I don't know if any of them made it out.
Well, if they made it out, they will know to head back to Raisk. It's the safest place for him.
But I have to know for sure. I mean, they
Well,
could be imprisoned, you know? Maybe they aren't actually dead.
Alencia, we have. I'm not gonna say that our friends aren't large problems, but there is something bigger going on here. The orcs are going to try and kill Wes and get rid of the druids. They also seem very familiar with the wheat civet and have what is honestly a. They thought it was funny, the idea of there being wheat civet here being threatening. I don't know what that means, but recent construction, lots of defenses put up, built. I think they're going to attack and take Raisk.
I understand the greater scope, but I served my friends first and foremost.
And I'm sure you did everything you could to help them. Probably to your own detriment.
She shakes her head.
What else could you have done, if anything else, to get somebody out? If anyone is still alive, they're keeping them alive for a reason. Hell, they may try and keep Modar alive because he is a ridiculously powerful caster, sorcerer, wielder of magics, and they have some good ones there, but
I could have let
if
them
Lusk can get out,
take
he's going to
me.
fly straight to Raisk. You could have let them kill you, yeah, and you would die with your friends. If you went and tried to let them take you, you know for a fact Zanashi would not stay behind, would not let anyone drag her away.
Wait, so you all left people behind?
Apparently. I mean,
if
there was a lot of them.
If I stood my ground, maybe Modar could have made it out.
Modar knew what he was doing.
Maybe I'm not as selfless as I thought I was.
Oh, come off it. You know you did everything you could. No one's gonna ask you to die solely so that they can die next to you. You can die next to them. Also, we had somebody who was challenging the leader of the orcs to a 1v1, and apparently it didn't go well, so...
I went over to try to save her, but she
what
said
you're
she
saying-
lost and decided to die with her honor. So stupid.
What you're telling me is that Lusk, after getting you guys free to go, stabbed their leader. Oh, Lusk. you, isn't it?
I still don't quite care for him. But even if he made it out, it's something.
If anyone made it out, they're gonna try and head west. There's nothing east of us. There's nothing but mountains and wilderness north of us. And if we go south, we go right back to the road that we were on.
As soon as the rain stops, I'm making the camp immediately.
I don't think we can have a fire. They're going to come out here, horses and all. You won't be able to outrun that, and I cannot. I can't turn the two of us invisible. I can turn her invisible and try and hide myself, but I'm not infinite on what I have left. I used
don't
my
want
head.
to give up on them.
You're not giving up on them. You're having faith in our friends. If they are alive, have faith in them. Have faith that they can get out of it. But that's a big if. That is a very, very large, well-fortified encampment. We would see somebody trying to get out of that. You would know. You would hear someone trying to break through that front gate. You only heard one fireball go off, right?
She nods.
No, Modar would be throwing explosions around until he went down.
He
You heard
probably
his
did.
opening blast. There's nothing. You couldn't drag him out of there. You're not fast enough. You're not strong enough. That's not a problem, though. That's not a weakness. That's just being mortal.
He was quite the pyromaniac.
That he was.
I don't feel strong. You're so much stronger. You're laughing. How do you do it?
It's either laugh or cry. You kind of see, like, eyes watering, faces red and blotchy, but still smiling.
The rain just adds to her tears. It feels like downpour.
How
She'll
far
try to
from the
wipe
hill
as much
are
of
we?
it as she can.
Or how far from the camp are we?
Just over 1,000. We'll say 500 yards. Enough to keep it in distance, like kind of like seeing the out parts of it, but well away to discourage anyone from pursuing.
By morning, these hills will be swarming with orcs. I know you wouldn't
Let's
want to
go.
try and save our friends, but we can try and save them without. We can't try and save them if we're dead. We can come back, but we cannot stay here. I cannot stay here. I will not be able to help a ton. I can get one of us out of here for a little bit, but we've
You
got to
should
go.
prioritize her. If anything happens.
I will.
Well, at least Sanashi went out fighting. It's a much better fate for her than dying honorably. Sounds stupid. She says it.
As the rain
Alright,
continues to
let's go.
fall, each of you wait how long until leaving the area?
I would be trying to push it.
Yeah, we would be talking for like 10 minutes and then leave.
Got it. So, with it becoming a bit darker and darker as time progresses, each of you make your way through the ravine down to the south, seeing a few dead orcs along the way. Then, just when you think all is clear, another orc, roughly about 90, 100 foot away from all the rest down to the south, is found. 2 dagger wounds upon his back. But with that, I would like to ask, since Modar's not here, at least Lusk and Zanashi, for some closing words.
Zanashi's dead. She can't talk.
I could get, like, just like anything that, any
Astute
comment. I mean, obviously not like, no, not everyone died, so I guess technically it's not the end of the story. But a lot will have changed thus far, so if there's any closing words you'd like for Zanashi, now's your time.
Well, she went out on her own terms, pretty much, doing what she liked to do. I mean, that's pretty much it for her. The dice cursed me.
Lusk, anything from you?
Well, in Lusk's incontentedness to just allow Zanashi to peacefully go, in his greed and arrogance, attempted to steal just a bit too much from fate and was claimed. His soul remanded back to hell. Finally still free of the pick that he was imprisoned in, but not free from his family, who he had run from for so long. A bitter
Beautiful.
ending.
Beautiful closing words, though.
Thank you.
So, since we have a little bit of time left, the last thing I'd like to ask before we wrap up the night is, Togo, Alencia, with no one making their way towards you, you're quite certain that only the two of you, plus Togo's friend, made it out alive. But there's still quite a bit more to do in the world. Not only have you uncovered a little bit of history, to say the least, you are now aware of the Orc tribe, the Skull Clan tribe, where Zanashi was from, preparing to wage war against the Druids in Raisk. With those two, I guess, main things in mind, what is it that each of you will set out to do?
Right now, Togo, and this would be, in retrospect, thinking back, the plan he would make over maybe a couple days, would realize, or at least a couple hours, that for our mission, Modar had the last drawing and the second drawing, and the only thing that Togo had was the first drawing. Or it was a copy of the first drawing. Also, he would most likely want to start to head back to Raisk to A, warn them, and B, try and get some revenge on the Skull Clan orcs for killing his friends. Would be kind of his motivation. A, there's nothing really left for him back up north unless he can recreate the drawings that Modar did, and then B, he really wants to kill some fucking orcs.
Fair. Alencia?
She too would like to avenge all her friends. She deeply hates what the orcs did to them. And she wants to at least protect the last person she cares about. And will never leave Togo's side.
Got it. So with that, we will close the Fragments of Remains story with the drawings being quite incomplete, and it seems that some of your at least immediate intentions have turned towards this tribe.
That sounds about apt, at least for Togo.
So, excuse me. We'll have a bit more of a discussion offline to see where this leads us. Just for like a rough example, if Togo and Alencia want to keep playing the same characters, we'll kind of go off of that. If you just kind of want to dump it and then maybe do something else, we'll have discussions. But nonetheless, we'll have to figure it out over a bit of time. But at least 2 of the members survive to continue the Fragments of Remains tale. At least the story of what was and what could have been accomplished. Everyone have a good night. We'll see you next time.
Have a good night, y'all.
Have
Rest
a good
in peace.
evening.